Nobody really wants to stay in Disney World. Of course I'm kidding, everybody wants to stay in Disney World. But in Walt Disney World, there are some resorts that might be too expensive and feel too opulent for your family's taste. And then there are some resorts that are inexpensive but don't offer enough of the comforts of home. Enter Disney's Moderate Resorts, a happy medium that you and your family might agree feels just right. But how do you know which of these mid-range hotels has the best amenities and isn't like a value resort with an inflated price tag? Hey everybody, it's Chris for AllEars TV and AllEars.net. Today we're talking about the 4 best moderate resorts in Walt Disney World according to you. While some moderate resorts are incredible, others have earned a bad reputation over the years. So we went straight to AllEars.net to compile this list directly based on your reviews to help your fellow viewers decide which moderate resorts are actually worth it. Your pick for the 4th best moderate resort with a rating of 7.76, Coronado Springs Resort. Blending Spanish, Mexican, and Southwest American design aesthetics, Coronado Springs is a Disney moderate resort that opened on August 1st, 1997. The complex has 1,917 rooms and suites situated in 3 villages around a 15-acre lake called Lago Dorado. But it was the 2019 edition of the Gran Destino Tower, a 545-room, 15-story tower inspired by the true-life collaboration between Walt Disney and Salvador Dali, a short animated film called Destino, that has raised the profile of this resort to superstar status. It's common to hear from its fans that Gran Destino Tower's opulent decor and amenities feel more like a deluxe resort, but with moderate resort prices. And with standard rooms in Gran Destino Tower coming in at 375 square feet, they're the largest of all the moderate resort standard rooms in Walt Disney World.
Star Tours 1401 said, "We just returned home from our week-long honeymoon stay at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort and we loved it. We booked a room in Gran Destino Tower and were very impressed by its deluxe feel. The room was spacious and comfortable with a spectacular view. The cast were warm, welcoming, and helpful. I strongly recommend this resort."
I totally agree, Star Tours 1401. Gran Destino Tower is deluxe luxury, but at a moderate price. I absolutely love this new addition. I love the elegance and the design. It is a perfect spot for a romantic adult getaway.
I recently did a tour at Gran Destino Tower and was absolutely blown away. This resort is honestly a contender for one of my total favorites in all of Disney World. I'll say it's not the best for kids, but as a grown-up, I loved it.
This resort offers a ton of impressive dining options, including Toledo, tapas, steak, and seafood, 3 Bridges Bar and Grill, Rick's Sports Bar and Grill, Maya Grill, a bakery cafe called Cafe Rick's, and the resort's upscale food court called El Mercado de Coronado. If bars and lounges are more your vibe, you are more than covered at this resort as well, with options like Barcelona Lounge, a coffee shop in the lobby of Gran Destino Tower, Siestas Cantina and Laguna Bar, which are your standard outdoor and pool bars, and the almost too good to be at a moderate resort rooftop lounge at Gran Destino Tower, inspired by Spanish surrealism, Dahlia Lounge.
The fact is, Coronado Springs is a really big resort. I mean, it's huge, and depending upon where you end up staying and where your room is, it might take you a while to get to transportation and dining options.
RJ makes a great point. This is the largest moderate resort on Walt Disney World property. A stroll around Lago Dorado, the body of water that this resort is built around, clocks in at over a mile, while the Ranchos building comes in at a half-mile away from dining and shopping options. But this didn't stop you from raving about this resort. A reviewer named Lauren94 said, "I just got back from a stay at Coronado Springs. I absolutely loved it. Sure, the hotel is huge, but it is so beautiful and has lots of dining options. The beds were comfortable and we had lots of space. 3 Bridges Bar and Grill was amazing, and Laguna Bar had live music by the water. We also loved Dahlia Lounge, great view of Hollywood Studios and Blizzard Beach. It's a big resort, so if you don't like walking a lot, it may not be for you."
Disney's Coronado Springs is a large resort, so it often does get overlooked because you are not getting quite as many transportation options. However, Gran Destino should not be overlooked. you are getting deluxe resort accommodations at a moderate resort price. And the atmosphere, the dining, everything that you get there is truly fantastic.
The pros. With its opulent decor and luxurious feel, the Grand Destino Tower was a major upgrade for this resort, as a reviewer named Abby Kadabi 96 said, "The theme, the detail in the tower, and the grounds are just beautiful." If having a variety of food and drink options at your fingertips is important to you, you've got a whopping 10 options at this resort. The standard rooms in Grand Destino Tower are the largest on Disney World property for a moderate resort. The cons. This is the largest moderate resort, and while the grounds are beautiful to walk, you will find yourself walking them a lot to get around. Your reviews mentioned that only having buses for transportation was a big drawback, and that if you're staying anywhere but Grand Destino Tower, you could find yourself on that bus for a long time. If you end up in one of the older rooms on property, while you'll find they've been updated with vinyl flooring and modern decor, they're sort of oversized versions of the updated rooms in the value resorts, and you might consider saving some money and actually staying at one of the value resorts if for some reason Grand Destino Tower isn't available during your travel dates. Your pick for the third best moderate resort with a rating of 8.49, Port Orleans Riverside Resort. Themed to the Mississippi Bayou area of the Old South, the Sassagoula River winds through both sections of this resort, heading downstream to its sister resort, Port Orleans French Quarter, and eventually leading down to the Disney Springs area. A scenic ferry boat operated by the fictitious Sassagoula Steamboat Company travels this route, providing transportation to Disney Springs as well as scenic views on a relaxing ride. And you know how much we love relaxing boat rides on this show.
Port Orleans Riverside is an absolute delight, and it has boat transportation over to Disney Springs, which is amazing.
David 10774 said, "One of our favorite resorts on property. Rooms are great with the themes and decor. Food court has a lot of great options and always was good. Cast members were fun and always willing to help. Boat ride to Disney Springs is relaxing and enjoyable."
David 10774 is not alone in his love for the Port Orleans resorts. Both Riverside and French Quarter are considered two of the most popular moderate resorts in all of Disney World. Riverside has a particularly cool opportunity there. They have the royal rooms, which are themed after Princess and the Frog.
In fact, there are 3 styles of rooms. Magnolia Bend rooms are located in plantation-style mansion homes, and Alligator Bayou rooms are housed in what look like rustic lodges. The special royal rooms Morgan mentioned, where you're hosted by Princess Tiana and joined by all of her royal friends, can be found in Magnolia Bend buildings 90 and 95 for an additional cost. A reviewer named Poor Nana, Poor Father told us, "This is one of my favorite moderate hotels. There is great theming, and the walking areas are beautiful with great landscaping with trees, bridges, waterways, etc. The quick service and table service food is great. I've stayed here many times and loved it."
Poor Nana, Poor Father. First of all, what a perfect screen name. Maybe the best one I've ever heard, so thank you for this gift. But also, I totally agree. Port Orleans is such a charming and quaint resort. It's so relaxing and beautiful. Great choice.
For dining, you have the popular table service option of Boat Wright's Dining Hall, and for quick service dining, you've got a food court called Riverside Mill, which features an operating cotton press. A reviewer named Dumbo Boy told us, "The resort is beautiful and the convenience of taking the boat ride to Disney Springs was a plus." While an anonymous reviewer raved, "We absolutely loved staying there. The rooms were really nice. We loved the quick service, yummy food. Can't wait to stay there again in the future." The pros. This came up in a lot of your reviews, and we'll be honest, to stay at a resort that most people describe as relaxing sounds really good right about now. This resort has actually won awards for its landscaping, and the design details throughout the property create an environment of beauty. If you or your kids have dreamed about staying in a room surrounded by your favorite princes and princesses, this is the spot where you can make that happen. Be aware that these have to be specifically selected and that they come at an extra cost. The cons? It's important to note that if you're staying in the Magnolia Bend section, you'll have to cross the Sassagoula River bridges to get to the food court, gift shop, and other main building amenities. If you do opt for those royal rooms, you're in for a bit of a hike. The ferry boat to Disney Springs is an excellent perk, but when it comes time to get to the parks, your only option is the bus. Honestly, there aren't a lot of cons here. How about Sasagula can be hard to spell? I don't know. Your pick for the second best moderate resort with a rating of 8.73. Fort Wilderness Cabins. Opening in November of 1971, about a month after the grand opening of Walt Disney World, this rustic resort has 799 campsites where you can actually camp in a tent, as well as 409 air-conditioned wilderness cabins, I'll take one of those, thank you, residing on more than 700 acres of lush vegetation and surrounded by pine and cypress trees. The cabins are considered moderate resort-level accommodations, even though the grounds of this resort feature a non-traditional layout for a Disney World resort and are quite literally massive. Here you'll find a variety of recreational activities such as horseback riding, archery, and more, as well as several restaurants including Trails End and the famous Hoop-de-Doo Review.
Heartbreak Chris said this is one of the best Disney locations I've ever stayed at. The cabin can sleep 6. We had 4 in our party, so it was perfect. We were a short trip away from Pioneer Hall for the hilarious Hoop-de-Doo Review. The cabin, although on a road with many other cabins, was spread out enough that we really felt secluded in a good way.
People love the Hoop-de-Doo musical review at Pioneer Hall in Fort Wilderness. This is a very fun original musical featuring comedy, great singing, dancing, audience participation, and an all-you-care-to-enjoy dinner that's brought out in courses as the show progresses. You'll also have easy access to Chip 'n Dale's Campfire Sing-Along, a totally free nightly event where Chip and Dale lead a sing-along of classic campfire tunes, as well as the Tri-Circle D Ranch, which features a barn that houses live horses, pony rides for kids, and a museum. This is a big perk of staying here, staying fully immersed in the theming of the resort with so many wonderful attractions and shows that you can experience without ever having to leave. But what about the cabins themselves?
I actually love the cabins for a little staycation. My friends and I have rented them several times and we love going to Hoop-de-Doo and grilling at the cabin. Make sure if you do this though that you stay at least one resort day because there's so much to do around the cabins.
The cabins at Fort Wilderness are a super underrated accommodations option. I mean, they're literal cabins in the actual woods and not the scary kinds, the fun kinds. And on top of that, they have a full kitchen. A full kitchen!
These wilderness cabins feature a wood deck outside with a picnic table and a charcoal grill. Inside, you'll find a bedroom with a queen bed and bunk beds, full bathroom with tub and shower, and a kitchen with a full-size refrigerator with ice maker, a 2-burner cooktop, a large convection microwave oven, a dishwasher, and plenty of flatware, dinnerware, and cookware for 6. And get this, you can even print out a grocery list from their website, check off items from the list, and either mail it in or scan it and email it, and they'll do the grocery shopping for you and have your fridge and cupboard fully stocked before you arrive. A reviewer named Mickey Mouse Forever told us it was so nice. They are very cute and perfect for a family vacation. Lots of room and kitchen was nice. We liked we could park right outside the cabin, was terrific for luggage, nice tables, and very comfortable beds. WDW Hort added, it's a Disney World original. The kitchen and being able to cook meals is perfect for large families, but warned, the resort is huge. It has multiple internal bus loops. If you're a first-timer, this resort might be too much. Now, they do offer golf cart rentals at this resort, and they're not just a fun way to get around. They may actually be necessary depending on where your cabin is located. Because this resort is made up of over 400 individual cabins, it's very spread out. But that's also what people love about it. You get your very own individual home right there on Disney World property.
The cabins are a completely underrated Magic Kingdom Resort hotel option. An especially magical time to go and visit the cabins is around the holidays. You will find lots of beautiful touches and decorations that make it especially festive and fun.
The pros. You and your family get a whole little house to yourself at this resort. That is so cool. You've got the Triple D Ranch, Pioneer Hall, which is home to the Hoop-de-Doo musical review, the Chippendale Campfire, golf cart, Segway rentals. This resort has some of the best on-site amenities and attractions of any in Walt Disney World. If you're looking for relaxation and privacy, our reviewers told us this resort feels secluded and quiet. The cons? One of the pros of this property is that the individual cabins are spread out, but that also means the grounds of this resort are massive, hence the golf cart rentals. If you don't feel like springing for a golf cart, just be prepared to walk. There are lots of bus stops on this property, which is good in the sense that you can make it back to civilization without walking miles and miles, but you will probably be hanging out on those buses while they make numerous stops. In fact, you'll probably need to take a bus to access the boat transportation to Magic Kingdom as well, so definitely keep that in mind. These cabins are, to use Quincy's word, cheap when split between 6 people. But you'll definitely be paying a lot for the luxury of having your own cabin if there are just 2 of you. Plus, the luxury stops there. This is a more rustic experience, but you'll be paying near deluxe resort prices for it. And your pick for the best moderate resort in Walt Disney World, coming in with a rating of 9 out of 10, is Port Orleans French Quarter. Opened May 17, 1991, this smaller, more walkable moderate resort features the same direct boat access to Disney Springs that its sister resort Port Orleans Riverside boasts. But this resort holds one very important distinction.
Beignets. Next question.
Pammy Edenine said, my favorite place to stay. Smaller than the other resorts, wonderful theming, beignets, of course. Nice walk to her sister resort, Riverside.
Pammy Deneen, you really are out here hitting the nail on the head. I absolutely love this resort. It has a little bit of everything, and it also has boats to Disney Springs, but boats.
With theming inspired by New Orleans' legendary French Quarter, the epicenter of Mardi Gras, the buildings found here feature various styles of shutters and doors and wrought iron railings. Port Orleans Square is the main building of the resort, housing the resort's check-in. The food and drink options of the quick-service restaurant Sassagoula Floatworks and Food Factory, and Scat Cat's Club Lounge.
2 words: boozy beignets. I am so glad that this resort, Port Orleans French Quarter, got best on the moderate list. The food is immaculate. Sassagoula's, jambalaya, shrimp and grits, pecan pralines.
Your reviews were practically raves across the board, explaining why this moderate resort with a 9-star rating also made your list of the best resorts in Walt Disney World in any price category. A reviewer named Disney Mama 002 told us Port Orleans French Quarter has this amazing chill vibe that makes you feel at home. It's the smallest Walt Disney resort, which makes it less busy, and you won't be walking miles to your room. The theming is so immersive, it really felt like we were in a jazzy, hip little town with friendly neighbors. The quick service location does not disappoint, and not to mention beignets for breakfast every day. Yes, please. While an anonymous reviewer added, absolutely loved this resort when we stayed in 2019, the theming is very good, but not too in your face. The boats at Disney Springs were very relaxing and a nice change to the buses.
How can you possibly beat it? The theming is absolutely wonderful. There's a reason that over and over again this is consistently voted as one of the best moderate resorts.
The pros. While the other resorts on your list received complaints for being too big, you said you loved the smaller, more intimate style of this resort. Yep, the relaxing boats to Disney Springs and back are very popular, and you told us they are a big reason why you love this resort. Beignets! If you have never had these deep-fried, sugar-coated delicacies, then maybe it's time that Port Orleans is your next destination. The cons. Sure, the boat to Disney Springs is magical, but your only transportation option to the theme parks from this resort will be buses. With the exception of Sassagoula Floatworks and Food Factory, a quick-service restaurant, you aren't going to have a lot of food options to choose from without heading to the neighboring Port Orleans Riverside or heading over to Disney Springs, which is not a bad idea. A reviewer named Lizard1515 told us the only downside was the food was just okay, even the beignets. And that does it for your list of the best moderate resorts in Walt Disney World. What did you think of this list? Did your favorite moderate resort make it, or did you feel like your fellow viewers got it wrong? Head over to AllEars.net to leave your reviews for everything Disney parks related. Hotels, beignets, restaurants, beignets, rides, and more. And I mean more beignets. The power to change this list is in your hands right now by leaving your own review, and who knows, your opinion may be included in a future episode. If you like this video, please, it helps us out. Click on that thumbs up. Be sure to stay tuned to All Ears TV and AllEars.net for more Disney news. Follow us on Instagram at AllEars.net. New to the channel? Check out our other All Ears videos right here. There's lots of them. And please subscribe to AllEars.net. Push the little notification bell and you'll immediately get notified when we post a new video. This is Chris for All Ears TV. See you next time.